Hello and welcome back to Photo Finds. This week is April 29th, 2014. I'm your host, Nick Russo, and this week we're going to go ahead and get started at the Magic Kingdom, where by now you probably know the construction walls for the Seven Dwarfs mine train have come down, as you can see in this wide shot here. Next, we're going to get a look up at the main entranceway, which you can see is pretty minimalistic, but as we get a closer look here, you can see that a lot of the detailing is actually in the woodwork. These little woodland creatures, such as the owls and rabbits all around here, even up close at the Fast Pass Plus clock, the clock hands are a shovel and a mining axe. You can see some theming up here with the gems and some lyrics here anticipating the opening of the attraction. Here's a closer look up at the non-existing RFID readers for the Fast Pass Plus. They're not in just quite yet. No word on why. Here's an opposite side view of that main entranceway. If you look right over here, you can see a mining axe and a bag belonging to the Seven Dwarfs themselves. Now we're just going to get a look of what we can here at the queue. You can see some dwarf-sized doors over here in the background of these buildings, some dwarf-sized fencing, and in the foreground, of course, these lanterns and heavily forested queue areas. Now here is the main building where you are going to be boarding the ride. Here we have a sign. I couldn't tell exactly what this said back here. Now, here, of course, is the main lift hill. We have been seeing these vultures from the very beginning of construction. We have also been seeing the stationary mine car, and now that the walls are down, we can see what this mine car actually does. It kind of establishes, it gives an awesome establishing shot when you're going up this lift hill. And am I the only one who is reminded of the Maelstrom attraction in Norway at Epcot, of like how the boat goes over the waterfall in Norway? I don't know, that mine car kind of just reminds me of that. This exit here to the show building is, I think, the first time that the train is going to exit the building. Over to the side there, you can see some more theming with tipped over lanterns, some crates. And this is nothing new. We have been seeing the curviness and wildness of this ride track since the beginning, but now that the walls are down, you can of course get a closer and more detailed look at the ride track. This is one of the most curved parts of the ride from what I could see. I couldn't get a view from the opposite side, but you can tell how curved. You're almost on the side. You're almost tipped to the side, or on this bank, and it's so inclined that they had to put up a rock barrier along the path so guests wouldn't get too close to that track. And nobody's going to be climbing on that rock barrier anytime soon, because you can see those rocks at the top of it are very spiky and dangerous looking. Just some more shots of the curviness of the track. Nothing too new. This shot, I just wanted to get a shot of the track, but also to the left of the track, the vegetation and plants that are laid down. Now, it looks like these plants are going to fill in much more. I don't imagine that they're going to stay like that with all that dirt exposed, but I highly doubt that they're going to fill in time for the opening of the attraction. This thing looks like it's going to open any day now. Now, here in this shot, you can see that the curviness of the track remains true all up until the very end when you go back into the building. Here is a shot of what is presumably the exit to the attraction. This is right over next to the Disney Vacation Club area, and this is a door that's leading into the show building or the boarding platform for cast members. This is one of the areas that has been exposed for a very considerable amount of time. This is the bridge area of the attraction, and on this day, around 4 o'clock on Sunday, they were doing some testing with this reach envelope device. Now, what this device does, from what I hear, is just test some safety features having to do with arm length and how far a guest can reach in a safe manner. Now, they test with only one of these cars. It's not a full train. I guess that's all they need. Now, we're briefly going to take a look on Main Street at the Plaza Ice Cream Parlor. Very briefly, we're taking a look at a new product here called the Mickey's Kitchen Sink. And what it is, it's a giant ice cream sundae, and it goes for $23 at this particular location. There's another location in the Magic Kingdom, it's slipping me right now, where you can get a miniature version of this for a little bit cheaper. But as you can see, some of the ingredients include hot fudge, strawberry caramel topping, walnuts and cherries. $23. I was there at the ice cream parlor for about 10-15 minutes, and the time I was there I didn't see anyone get one. So they're not extremely popular from what I saw, probably because of that price point. Here we are going over to Universal City Walk really quick. Just an update on the construction of the sandwich shop up by Panda Express and Moe's, where the candy shop used to be. A brown scrim has gone up, probably to hide the developing construction. This looks like it might be the next shop to open up in their expansion project at City Walk. Nothing too interesting here. I just wanted to get a brief shot of this digital screen outside the mini golf course. It was displaying that the temperature at this time was 87 degrees, when in fact it was about 94, 95 degrees. So it was a pretty considerable difference, and that might be because the thermometer was in the shade or something. I just thought it was interesting to show. Alright, and now it's time to try out a new segment of the show. We're going to be calling this the Weekly Rewind, and what this is just a look back on the past 7 days of the tweeted pictures from Attractions Magazine, just a brief look back on some of the things that have been going on in the area. We're going to start here on Tuesday, April 22nd. You can see the animation gallery at Disney's Hollywood Studios began featuring planes, fire, and rescue pieces. That was April 22nd. Moving on to April 23rd, Disney-themed iPhone 5 cases went up for sale at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Moving on to the 24th, the Downtown Disney Parking Garage was coming along nicely, as you can see here. On Friday, April 25th, a small construction fire unfortunately ignited at the Magic Kingdom. Everything turned out okay, though. Saturday, April 26th, a new Festival of Fantasy parade billboard featuring Maleficent was revealed off of I-4 near the SeaWorld exit. Pretty eye-catching. On to Sunday, April 27th, long lines were crowding the 2014 Pie Festival. Looks pretty fun. I didn't get a chance to go over to it myself. I tried, but I couldn't make it out. But you can catch coverage of that later on in the week on this channel. On Monday, April 28th, the new parking garage next to iDrive 360 Complex opened to the public, and, for your information, parking is free over there for now. Alright, and that's going to do it for this weekly rewind. Tell me if you like this segment. I enjoyed doing it. I think it's a nice way to just take a look back on the week. That's going to do it for this week in Photo Finds, guys. Next week, I think you can expect some more coverage of both Disney and Universal Studios. We're going to be getting a look at some pretty special things happening over at Islands of Adventure. And we'll see you then. Until then, guys, have fun.